Okay, so I spoke about the fact that I want to actually take us through a project here, and I said try to come up with a little app that we can do. And so here it is. So let's get started. So my proposed app is basically a contract. Very simple. You have a provider, and that's the person who's going to actually uh, start the contract. And they have an address. They have whether they approved the terms and whether they performed the service, which is also a Boolean. And then the consumer, again, the consumer has an address. They have an approved, and they have whether they approve the terms and whether they approve the service. The contract itself will have terms, which would be text, and costs that would be some kind of integer, like $1,000, 1,000 for $1,000, or 1,000, coin or whatever it is. Maybe 1 Bitcoin. And then we have our methods. So set terms, set cost, get terms, get cost, approve the contract, perform the service, approve the service and pay for the service. Now we also need a set cost and a set terms. Oh, we do have that. Sorry, there's something else we thought we needed. Nope, I think we're pretty much okay. So this is a very basic thing, but what are we going to get out of this? Well, first of all, we're going to, with the cost and having to pay for service, this is going to be an important method because this is going to demonstrate how you transfer tokens. The provider and the consumer is going to sit on, it's going to basically sit in the blockchain for that contract. It's going to be stored. Now, I should point out, depending on how it actually works, I believe for, I think, which is one of the contracts, they actually store just the hash. We were talking about that the other day. I think that's might be Avalanche, but I'm trying to remember which one I was talking about the other day. Anyway, so you've got our smart contract, and this is what we're going to be building. The next step, I think, is to set up our tools. So we've done a lot of that, and I think what we're going to do is kind of review that. And once we review that, then the next step, like I said last night, is we're going to turn around and start outlining our contract. Now we kind of have what's going to be, and this is pretty much like a class. So this should actually not, I don't know if I'd call this contract. Should probably be different names here. But you get the idea what we're going to be doing. We're going to be having a situation where, now in our case, things are going to have to be done in a certain order with certain requirements. So if you can't approve the contract, can't perform the service until both sides have approved the contract. You can't approve the service until it's been performed, and you're not going to pay for the service until you approved it. Now that can be changed. May want something like half and half, which is typically how things are done. Like if you have work done on your house, you don't you always pay something in advance. Maybe it's 20%, more likely it's half, at least what I've seen when I've had stuff done on my house. But for our purposes, it's not that important. We're just trying to get the feel of how this works. So that's what we're going to be doing. So anyway, if you're looking forward to this, then please subscribe, ring the bell, and tell your friends who might be interested. And I will see you next time.